So this flow is going to make things turn a corner essentially by causing a little, let me do this right. I say this is your stream bed. And the water flow is turning a corner right here. Make a corner here. To turn that corner, the flow is going to have to go along, and then it's going to want to continue in that direction. But what it does is it turns by doing that little knot and bends around this way. But now it's on the bottom, sweeping back toward this shoreline. That causes all the material deposited on the bottom to start getting swept. Think of it as sweeping your garage floor. It starts getting swept over here to this point. And this point, basically, because it flows along the stream bed, it's going to be scouring the material back into this pile. Now remember, high water, the water flow is way up. So as it scours it into this pile, your shoreline gets filled up with large cobbles and heavy sands, big sands. These are gravel bars. More on that later. But as it builds up these gravel bars on the points and bars, little spurs that go out into the water, that's where the gold gets swept underneath. It's going to sweep in and settle to the bottom and hide out until that gravel bar or these could be boulders or cobbles. Those things get swept in high water. So until they get swept again, they're going to hide the gold underneath, pretty much in a line, because it tends to sweep it around and back toward the shore and scour everything in the deep water. And that's why gold typically isn't found out in that outer part of the bend, because that's fast, deep water. This is shallow beach property or rocky, gravelly property. But primarily this area right in here has all the gold swept underneath, and it's nice and compacted. If it's there long enough, it'll actually form what's called concrete. It'll actually sit down with the mud and silt and some of the calcium and harden into a material that's as good as the bedrock, almost as good as the bedrock that it's in. The host bedrock is where you're going to go. You got to get down below all of those cobbles, because remember, the gold is almost twice as heavy as anything in that pile, even though some of those rocks are pretty heavy. Be careful. But the fact of the matter is, because of this, you can actually find the gold under those gravels. But you have to know where to start looking. So that's important to understand, that scouring action of helical flow will cause the gold to concentrate on the points and bars in the stream, not out on the far side and deep water, with a few exceptions. Every once in a while, something will happen to change the direction of a stream, and some of this stuff might end up being left under concreted conditions. It might be buried under what appears to be an unusual formation. Never hurts to check, but in most cases, it's going to be out here in the standard location for a pay streak. And that's it for now. More later. Hey, it's Prospector Jess here. If you want more videos like this, make sure you go on over to huntingforgold.com. That's hunting4gold.com, where we have additional videos for you only available on huntingforgold.com's site. Check it out, and good prospecting.